Hi, I'm Roy Hudson. Stand by for Sean. It'll make your day bright.
How y'all doing tonight? Welcome to Look Around Florida. I am your host, Sean McFall. Glad you could be here. Just type in the chat and say hi. You can do it on Facebook or YouTube. Just say hi. So with that being said, let me get this out of the way. This way my boss don't call me and go, why did you say that? And now you're in it. Because most of you know anything can fly out of my mouth. So this past weekend, a few camps got out there and started to celebrate Confederate Memorial Day. I went over to the East Coast and hung out with the J.J. Dickerson camp for and participated in their Confederate Memorial Day. Good time seeing Roy and Linda. It was a good time seeing Roy and Linda. It was a good time catching up with somebody I haven't seen for a very long time, Don Young. And there was one guy there. I didn't know that was Don's son. I've seen him around the reenactment community for a little while. So I didn't know who he was, so to speak. I've chatted with him a couple of times, but that's about it. I didn't know who he was, but I'm glad to see him was there. The camp commander for the J.J. Dickerson camp, Mark. Always a pleasure seeing him and various other members of that camp. I went down. Jeff Rocon from the early camp went over, and the Massey showed up too. So it was a good time seeing them, catching up like always. Great turnout. Roy, Linda, would you say about 20, 30 people that was there? It was a decent number. Roy, various members said their piece, said their piece. Then I fell in with the Rifle Squad. We marched around the cemetery wherever there was Confederate veterans. We stopped, we saluted, came back, did a 3-shot volley. It was a good time. I had fun. Like I said, anything in South Florida, I'm down for. North Florida, I have to plan it a little bit better. Hey, Kim, good to see you. Hey, David. Hey, Bobby. What about now, Kim? Is anybody else having problems hearing me? Just let me know in the chat if you guys are still having a hard time hearing me. I think I switched it over. Let me double check. That's why I found it. There we go. Now you can hear me. I had it set on my headset. My headset's at the other end of the office. I just switched it over to my Snowball. Now you can hear me. Hey, Clay. Hey, Linda. Hey, Beth. Hey, Jeffro. Bobby. All right. Yeah, it was my fault. I just switched the sound settings over to my my good microphone instead of my headset. That was my fault, Kim. Thank you for pointing that out. I had to double check myself. Anything and everything can happen during their show. So it was a great time hanging out with Linda, Jeffro, Don Young, his son, and Mark, and various other members of the J.J. Dickerson camp. Like I said, the Massies even came over. It was a good time seeing them and catching up with them. That's one thing. You got Division Union. You need to get out there, start supporting other camps, other brigades. That way they know who you are and they know who you are. So we need to support each other. So with that being said, I got a little bit of news that came in. Let me play around with this, see if I can do it again. Why is that? Oh, crap. Okay. I had to move that to a different screen because there was a little bit of story that went with this little bit of news. This news came out of Northwest Florida from our Lieutenant Commander Daryl Rattray. It's always fun to hear from him what his region is up there doing. He loves promoting them. So let me get. He sent me two types of emails. So on April 22nd, instead of me looking away from the camera, let me look at the camera. On April 22nd of this year, SCV Camp 1861, the Dixie Defenders, Dixie County, Florida, along with the UDC Suwannee River Chapter 2715, held a Confederate Memorial Day service at the Stephenville Cemetery in Steinhatchee, Florida. This was the final resting place of James Howard Stevens, who fought in Company E, 9th Infantry, Florida Infantry, from 1863 to 1865. The cannon is an original mounted howitzer owned by compatriot Wayne Keene from Camp 1861. No, please feel free to use any of the. Oh, sorry, that was for me. The posting of colors. Excuse me. The posting of colors were conducted by McDarris, Camp 1861, and Jenkins of Camp 770. Both are young members. Both are SCV camps. So let's go through the pictures. I know, David. I'm with you. Hey, Keith. Hey, Dylan. Hey, Leon. I know you're watching. But it looked like they had a good turnout. Let's go through the pictures. There's the mountain howitzer. They were getting set up. There's a little video in here, so I'll get to that here in a little bit. There's one of the I believe he's a cadet. If I'm mistaken, please let me know. So there, it's always good to see what's coming out of Northwest Florida. Because I typically can make it to anything in South Florida. It's only a couple hours from me. There's their camp flag, Dixie Defenders, Camp 1861. I guess they were playing the U.S. anthem. There's Commander Daryl. Hey, Mark. Hey, Mark, send me a quick email real quick and a story to go with your stuff. Looked like they had a good turnout. With the Dixie Defenders at their memorial service. Okay. I'm trying to. There we go. I don't know if you guys heard that. Mark, if you could send me an email on your brigade events. Okay, thanks. I did not see it earlier when I checked, Mark, but let me double check. Ready. Nothing came through, Mark. You know, I think I'm going to stop using that email address because nothing came through. Mark, DM you real quick on Facebook. Yes, Dylan, I'll be talking about that here in a little bit. There you go, Mark. I just DM'd you. That one I know, that email address I know works for sure. So you can email me that, Mark, at any time. So waiting for some news to come from Mark Best. Let me talk about an upcoming event this weekend. Jim, you feeling okay? Oh, okay, Jeff. Thank you for letting me know. Let me bring this up. Well, I'm waiting on an email from Mr. Best. If you have nothing that's going on this weekend, this Saturday, I know there's multiple Confederate Memorial Day services going on throughout the state. But if you live in South Florida, you're looking for something to do. I know various different camps. Jim Odell already did his thing this past weekend. The information I got from him, he had a good turnout. Went down to West Palm Beach, fired off the cannons and then, and got out of there before the stuff showed up. So, if you're in South Florida, you're looking for a Confederate Memorial Service, please come out to Fort Ogden Cemetery this Saturday. The event will start at 10 a.m. I have confirmation Mountain Howitzer will be there, a mortar will be there, and about 7 to 8 infantrymen or militia will be there. We're going to have a nice rifle squad. This is all being presented by various different camps, as you can see in the list that are going to be there. If you're mechanized cavalry, you're looking for a ride, get with your brothers. Come on down. We'll love to have you. As you can tell, this is all being put on by Leon Arthur, which I salute. Very good friend of mine and everything. We do a lot of work together trying to promote the cause. So we're going to have Yeah, it's going to be at Fort Ogden Cemetery. Fort Ogden Cemetery is special to Leon because he has family members there. It is special to my camp, the Lieutenant Bogus camp, because our namesake is buried there. So, it's going to be a very good turnout. Bobby, if you're still in the chat, if you and your camp members are looking for an event this weekend, please share this with your camp members. I know you're right there in St. Pete area. Love to see you and Mitch and everybody. Where's my DVD? Because I cleaned up my office a couple of days ago and I put stuff away. Keep in mind, if you're looking for, all right, thanks, Mark. I'll check in a minute. If you're looking for a DVD based on the Cow Cavalry, Delaney just told me they will have it there at this event. $5. Pick yourself up a copy and learn something about Florida history and what the Cow Cavalry did to protect the home front and our cattle. Well, love to have you. Come on down and bring a lawn chair if you want to dress out. Come on out, dress out. You want to wear, women want to wear period clothes? Come on down. You talk about Jimmy Shirley. We would love to see Jimmy Shirley there. Good point, Keith. Good point, Keith. Keep in mind, like I said, if you live in Northeast Florida, Kirby Smith is doing. Let me take that out. If you live in Northeast Florida, and you're looking for an event, check out this event. Our division commander, division adjutant, and Kirby Smith, Camp 1209, will be there Saturday at 11 a.m. Old Cemetery in Jacksonville, Florida. That cemetery is a special cemetery, that camp, with all their hard work and everything they do to preserve our I don't know if it's just me or my hat's gone goofy. So it holds a special heart to that camp. All right, Mark, I got it. Thanks, Dad. It's an inside joke. Most of you know it. Roger that, Bobby. I'll send it to you as soon as the show's over, sir. Not a problem. Alrighty. Let me get the alrighty. Like we were talking before, the Finley's Brigade 1640 and the Ann Jackson 224 UDC held a joint memorial service and headstone dedication for 3 newly installed markers for 3 men killed at the Battle of Natural Bridge in Old City Cemetery in Tallahassee. Finley's historian was UDC guest speaker and asked, "Why are we here?" He then explained the sacrifice of these men and why we honor them. First Lieutenant Commander Mark Best spoke about the. I'm not even going to say that word because I'm not going to pull a moose. Phase in the markers for these men and importance of them doing so. Triplet Jr., John Gubbs, John Ellis were given military honors. Each marker was revealed and read in the first person. Refreshments were provided afterwards by Mary Ann Harvey Black, Chapter 5 of the OCR. Cool. So let's go through these pictures. There you go. There's the right here, guys, is what they were talking about, the three that they unveiled. And then this is after they unveiled them. I'm going to do that again, but I need to zoom in. I don't see where I can zoom in. Ready. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it, buddy. That's cool, Mark. Okay, send me another group of pictures. Okay, yeah, you just send me the email twice by accident. No big deal, Mark. Here we go. This is the picture I was waiting for to see. All right, hold up. The service include dedication. This was on the 25th of April. The dedication to Private Seaborn Jordan, CSA, died in Quincy. Ladies in mourning from Marion Chapter Black, Chapter number 5 OCR. Lady Rose at the memorial reading of the names of all the soldiers known to have died in Quincy. This was followed by a barbecue lunch prepared by Friendly's camp commander, Ned Roberts. Jim Darby, Devin Quincy Young Guard assisted in color guard duties. Ooh, that was a mouthful. Like I said, I love seeing when camps got go out there and get active. All right, let me. There we go. All right, I'm going to get you guys the pictures 1 minute. Okay, I got them. Like I said, I have. Ready. Let's go to pictures. All right. I figured it out. Woohoo! I'm not mentally challenged tonight. All right. These are some more pictures that Mark Beth sent in. of the event that I was just talking about. There's Jim Darby. I love seeing him still out there rocking and rolling. There's the ladies. And there's the barbecue afterwards. It looked like a fun time. I'm glad to see all of them out there active doing something. Thanks, Jim. All right, let me bring that. I just lost it. There we go. This yeah, this just came in from Jim Odell on his event this past weekend. They did a motorcade as they were from Fort Pierce down at St. Pete, right? I am getting PM during the show. Never a dull moment. Okay, where is it? Thanks, Jim, for sending more. Alrighty, this is of his events this past Saturday. As you can tell, quite a bit of cannons there. Sons of the Union veterans showed up to support our ancestors. So, Jim, let me get more. Okay, there we go. Don't mess with these ladies. They're packing heat, guys. There you go. Their rifle salute. And looked like it was looked like a great turnout for Jim Odell, guys. Delyn wanted me to share this with you. If you're coming this weekend, directions to Fort Ogden Cemetery. Now, this address here, that's the closest one I could find to the cemetery. So put that in your GPS. You get in the area. If you get lost, it's pretty easy to find. Just go down the cemetery road, make a left, and you'll run right into the cemetery. If you get lost, would love to see all you guys and girls there. Oh, thanks, Mark. I just seen this. Upcoming event, May 8th. Workday is Waxahachie. Did I say that right, Mark? Or you can fire me later. To set 4 more markers. Ooh, 3 for CSA, 1 for Spanish American. Panama City Camp, SCV Metcalf, Finley's Brigade, and Kirby Smith will be present. Ooh. Yes, Jim, I just showed them. So keep in mind, a lot of events coming up this week, this Saturday. Northeast boys are doing something. Southwest boys are doing something. So, would love to have you in Fort Ogden. You know, Bobby, I'll make sure. I think I can do this right now while I'm talking. Remember, Confederate Memorial Day is about remembrance. Thanks, Bobby. Ooh, when is that? Let me look at my calendar. Bobby, I might come join you guys for that. I don't have anything planned in May, so I'm going to try to take it easy in the month of May while we're prepping and getting ready for the division reunion. It's in June. Remember, it's in June. Get your paperwork in now if you're coming to division reunion. Now, I got a direct quote from our division commander and our division adjutant. If you submitted your stuff for the ancestral page, it is full. It is full as of a couple of days after last Tuesday. It is full, so don't submit any more thing. The program is already off to the presses. So division reunions coming up. I'm hoping to see every one of you there, either for the granted, the Florida Division SCV will be having their reunion. The Florida Division OCR will be having their reunion too. Same location, just different buildings. Remember, this year at the division reunion, we have amendments to vote on. So please, camp commanders, if you're not able to make it, please send a delegate. Make sure they have some type of documentation, say they can vote for the camp. Not sure if Calvin and Rick will be checking, but I'm sure. And make sure camps. Make sure you talk about the amendments at your camp meetings, so your camp officers, when you go to division reunion, you know how your members feel and what you guys voted on. So us as camp officers, we can speak for the camp. So then after that, in the month of July, we got National Reunion coming up. I'm going. It's going to be my first one since 2000 at the National Reunion. I'm already pre-registered, so I'm hoping to see quite a bit of you there. Oh, Mark, I just seen this. So Wauchula Guard 742 will be holding a marker dedication for Thomas Jefferson Green in Zolo Hill Cemetery, Church Cemetery, Friday, April 28th at 10 a.m. Corporal Green had a VA issued marker and is with incorrect info. A replacement marker was obtained, and the new marker will be dedicated. 3rd Brigade is busy. We're all busy, Mark. This is the month where you got to be busy to honor your ancestors. If you're not busy, find a camp that is. I can't speak for everybody in the division. That's not my job. But if you're in my brigade, you want to come up to Arcadia, would love to have you. Yeah, like I said. Oh, that's just Jim Odell sending me more stuff. Would love to have you. With that, a lot of cool events coming up. Division reunion coming up. National reunion coming up. So if you're not busy, get with somebody that is. You know, we have cemeteries that need to be clean, markers that need to be clean, headstones that need to be flagged. Talk about throughout Florida now, not just my area, just throughout Florida. Reach out to other camps. If your camp's not doing anything, reach out to other camps. That's why I have this show. So you know what's going on throughout the division. It's something might park your interest. Hey, I saw this thing going on in Jacksonville this weekend, or Arcadia. I'm going to go to that. You're more welcome to show up. Come out, show your support. If you want to wear your uniform, wear your uniform. Wear it with pride. Just like me. I'm wearing a hat that says Bonnie Blue on it. That's one of my favorite flags, also known as the Florida Star. It would be one more point on it, and it would be the Florida Star. So get out there, start flagging your cemeteries. When you're flagging that Confederate grave, say the name out loud. This month is to honor our ancestors, remembrance. I'm glad to hear that, Jason. This came through our YouTube page. Jason joined to honor my ancestor George Roberts, the 25th Virginia Cavalry, proud to be part of the Kirby Smith camp. Jason, thank you for joining the show on our YouTube page. Remember, guys, you can go on YouTube and look at past shows, and there might be one that perks your interest. Feel free to share it. Jason, you just joined the Kirby Smith too, didn't you? Well, I just want to say welcome to the Florida Division. Yes, we're a big giant family, and just like Mark Best said, welcome to the family. He's not my real dad. That's just a joke. So welcome. Hope you get a little. I am working on. I know he's busy this month because a lot of memorial service. Working on getting Michael Hardy back on so we could talk about Florida units with the Army of Virginia. That'd be cool, right? Also, I had an idea the other day. I mean, it doesn't pertain to our Confederate history, but it is Florida history. All right, Jason, welcome aboard, brother. I'm going to see if Leon will be available to come on, and we'll talk about some of the history of the Everglades, especially to deal with. And I love the story that he told me to deal with the cypress trees down there. How tall, and how wide they were. It was a little bit of information, and I love learning from people that are a lot older for me, especially that lived in this area. And I hit Leon up this weekend to see if he's available, or as soon as the show is over. I'm sure him or Delinda will call me. It's just an idea. That way we can talk about our history and our culture here in Florida. Our past culture. I have a few more ideas for the show. Those are just ideas, people that I want to bring on. But if you would love to come on the show and talk about your Confederate ancestor, what your camp's doing, what your brigade or your region's doing, please email me at sev1950@gmail.com. And who knows? I'll schedule you in. You'll be able to come on the show and talk about your ancestor, or if you're a camp commander or brigade commander or regional commander, you'll be able to come on and talk about what your camp, your brigade, or your region's working on. Just like our previous guest, him and his lovely wife is in the chat, Linda and Roy Hudson. So, with that being said, have fun, get Confederate flags out, start flagging graves. This month is about remembrance. We're going to end the show with a little bit of remembrance. Have a good night. Stay Southern, my friends. And
When my mother was in college, she danced with Confederate veterans. To me, it wasn't that far away. My father knew this. My mother knew this. Almost 50 years ago, I joined the Sons of Confederate Veterans. In those days, we weren't concerned about saving monuments or any of those things. That wasn't necessary. In fact, none of us had any remote idea that it would ever come up, or we would have done something then. We can't just sit there and react. We have to be proactive.
The Sons of Confederate Veterans is the direct heir of the United Confederate Veterans and the oldest hereditary organization for male descendants of Confederate soldiers. Organized at Richmond, Virginia in 1896, the SCV continues to serve as a historical, patriotic, and non-political organization dedicated to ensuring that a true history of the 1861 to 1865 period is preserved. Membership in the SCV is open to all male descendants of any veteran who served honorably in the Confederate Armed Forces.
It is my birthright. My ancestors fought and bled and died. Because of their sacrifice, it gives me not only the eligibility to join, but it's my duty to join the organization. Their blood flows through my veins. Their struggles and triumphs are what made my family what it was, and in a sense made me who I am today. We're to defend the Confederate soldier's good name, that he fought for a noble cause, that he fought for his home, his wife, his children, and his descendants. We're to guard his history, which to me, it's the monuments, it's the headstones, as well as the actual written history of what happened during that war.
The citizen soldiers who fought for the Confederacy personified the best qualities of America. The preservation of liberty and freedom was the motivating factor in the South's decision to fight the Second American Revolution. The tenacity with which the Confederate soldiers fought underscored their belief in the rights guaranteed by the Constitution. These attributes are the underpinning of our democratic society and represent the foundation on which this nation was built. Today, the Sons of Confederate Veterans is preserving the history and legacy of these heroes, so future generations can understand the motives that gave life to the Southern cause.
We need to draw the line in the sand right now. These are our Confederate monuments. These are our Southern heroes, and you're not going to take them down. Right now, if we do not protect our heritage and present it as it truly was, it's going to be lost forever.
The memory and reputation of the Confederate soldier, as well as the motives for his suffering and sacrifice, are being purposely distorted in an attempt to alter history. And unless the descendants of Southern soldiers resist those efforts, a unique part of our nation's cultural heritage will cease to exist.
My commitment to the SCV is a commitment to our heritage, our cause. Not in a violent way, nor an aggressive way. Simply in the way we live. Live what you believe. But in your defense, know in what you're defending. And defend it truthfully.
If you were interested in perpetuating the ideals that motivated your Confederate ancestor, the SCV needs you. Simply visit www.scv.org today. Our genealogists are ready to help you trace your Confederate heritage.
We're not just some history club. We are a fraternal organization who is essentially the last guardians whose duty it is to defend American and Southern history.
Have a good night, all. Love all you. Hope to see as many as you this Saturday. If I don't see you this Saturday, hope to see you all at the Division Reunion. Stay safe, stay Southern, get those flags out. Have a good night, everybody.